So I'm gonna see if I can get my old Mustang to run again today. This is an 85 Mustang GT. This is actually my first project car that I ever had, and it's kind of rough. Like, it's basically like all the memes you see about shit boxes. This is kind of everything about that. The meme machine. I think yellow is their original color on it. You can see where somebody painted red and then it got painted black. It's probably been sitting out here probably a year and a half now. Last time I moved it was because of a hurricane, and I was trying to move it away from these trees, which some of these trees are going to come down so I can build a shop. And I don't want this to be nowhere around. I don't want to get crushed or anything. I want to get back into it and get this thing running again. Hopefully, you know, I can run the fuel pump, get the old gas out of it, which I think I just had. It just has regular gas in it. Hopefully was the stuff that don't go stale. But anyways, I got some fresh gas and a battery for it. And this car is really rough shape too. You know, a little bit of sheet metal issues and whatnot. My dad, he bought this car years ago off of Craigslist, back whenever you could still find good stuff on there. Paid a couple $1,000 for it, and it was in a little bit better shape. I mean, it wasn't great, but none of the paint was peeling off as bad. He tried to sell the car after he tinkered with it some. He tried to sell it. Nobody'd ever buy it from him. And we pulled the motor out, and then he did just kind of a backyard rebuild on it. You know, the motor stayed out of it. He talked about getting something nicer to put the motor in. It's got a 351 Windsor with Cleveland heads on it. Yeah, nobody would ever buy it. And he was just trying to get his money back from it. And so he never sold it. And he just ended up saying, hey, if you want it, put it back together, you can have it. So this was kind of my first project car. I didn't have any money to really do much with it. And I don't know. I learned a lot. Really working on this car, getting to put it together and take it apart, tear something up on it. Took it to the drag strip a few times with it, just playing with it. It has a C4 transmission with a manual valve body in it. The converter's a little too tight for it, but yeah, I had a little bit of fun with it. Yeah, this is just all the old interior was just mildewed and nasty. And somebody, if you look at the dash, you can see somebody tried to spray paint it. So all the interior was broke up and just nasty in here. Got a little bolt-in roll cage in it and everything. Tires are showing some cords in it. But this car, something I always thought was strange, it actually has a 9-inch rear end in it, but it's got 4 lug axles, and it's got Ford embossed in the axles, in the axle shafts on the face of it. So that's kind of weird. I don't know why they left it a 4 lug and didn't do a 5 lug swap. I guess they had these wheels already, probably on an 8.8. I guess this was built back in the 90s or something like that. It was probably a pretty cool car back then. As far as the actual displacement on it, I don't really know. The guy we got it from, he told my dad it was like a 418 or something. I don't know if you can get the motors. You know, I know you can stroke a 351 and get like a 427, or a 408's pretty common. You know, I really don't know. I guess it ain't really that big of a deal. That's not much of a difference or anything. But it just runs on pump gas, and I don't know, it's just a really cool, unique motor that's in it. It's just something that I learned a lot from. I learned a lot of what you can and can't do with a car. So, I don't know. I kind of thought about converting it to a drift car too, because a bunch of my friends are into drifting, so I think that'd be really cool to do. But, you know, it'd be a little while from now. And I kind of just got to where I lost interest in all my stuff, just didn't really want to work on anything like that. I don't know, I hate it, but I'm actually starting to pick it back up and get back into that. You know, and I just put a new motor back in my old truck and I actually enjoyed working on it and stuff, you know. So now I'm gonna see if I can get this thing running again and get back into all my other stuff as well. Spiderwebs had that door stuck. Ooh. Oh, gross. Those are black widows. Excellent. They have invaded my happy place. But I remember one of the last times I tried to run it, the Unilight module went bad, and I had a little cheap HEI distributor I just stabbed in it to get it running again, and it run pretty bad. It's one of the little Chinese crappy HEIs that I had in the shed that I just stabbed in there. Oh man, oh, I hate these black widows. Yeah, so this car's got 2-barrel Cleveland heads, and it's got an old 351 Street Boss intake, a dual plane intake, and I put that 750 Brawler on here, and yeah, that's what I was talking about. I put just this little crappy HEI distributor in it. I mean, it works kind of. I think I had problems with the little counterweights or something in it for the advance on it. Something wasn't working right with it, and so yeah, this is all just left on here when I pulled that other distributor, and look what's moved in. Ooh, I hate those damn things. But it's got an old school set of electric fans that was in it. I think the radiator's leaking too somewhere. You can see where it's been patched before. I think this car's been wrecked because that was all crushed down there, and I put some angle iron in there for the front core support down there. Tell it's real professional, and I watched a little bit too much Uncle Tony's Garage back in the day, so I was just trying to just punch holes in everything. Like, that really helped. I did that one piece and I was like, screw that, it ain't worth it. I don't know, this will, I don't see one anywhere. Probably hiding. Ew. Gross. Got oil in it. I get jumpy when I see the spider webs like that. Thought I brushed my finger across one. At least sticking out there. And my wiring, it ain't too pretty, but all the wiring on this car, it was hacked up. I think it'd been on fire before. I think this car's been in a wreck. I don't remember which side, but it looked like you could see like the inner floorboard pushed in on one side on it somewhere. The suspension's all stock on it. I put like some Lakewood shocks on it, like 90-10s and 50-50s on it. And yeah, that's about it. I think the transmission was starting to slip in here. Something like that I remember going on with it. Got a little fuel cell back here, and I don't think there's any fuel in it. Not much. It don't smell old anyways. So I'm gonna put a battery in here and spin it over, and fuel it up. The door keeps wanting to swing shut on me. No snakes. Don't see no black widows or anything hiding under the seat. Ugh. Haven't been in here in a long time. This is like opening up a tomb. Oh yeah. Let's see, this is my little plate right here I made for my switch panel. Got a line lock on here, trans brake over here. It's my little relay panel I built. Watched a YouTube video and figured out how to do that and rewire a car. It's got headlights and taillights, brake lights. Oh yeah, I forgot, I got a little AFR, air fuel ratio meter down here. And I just, cool. Let's see, will it spin over? Yes, it will. Will the fuel pump run? Ooh, that don't sound good. Better go check the carburetor. Sure is flooding. I was just trying to start it and realized the coil isn't hooked up. I had this tucked in somewhere hot wired. I could probably just hook it back up to that. I don't know if I got power running to that no more. But let me do that and then try it again. Yeah, it feels like I'm learning everything over again. I just haven't messed with anything like this in so long, and I lost interest in anything involving cars or trucks. I lost patience to deal with stuff, and it takes a lot of that, dealing with all this. And so, you know, naturally I was just like, man, screw this, and just got to where I was going to work, coming home, didn't even care. It's like, I've laid out of work before, just with like this car in particular. Actually, like I had a job that I used to work night shift at, and so I got to wake up in the morning, go work on stuff, and then, you know, it's like, let's start to get around in the evening time. It's about time for me to go to work. I would be so involved with what I was doing, like, you know, I'd just be, hey, I ain't coming in today. My motor's out of the car, you know, and this wasn't even my daily driver, but it was a good excuse. And, yeah, I'd just be so involved with it, like I just didn't want to quit working on it. And I don't know, all that just kind of went away. Got another job, hated it. Now I've got a better job now. So I'm actually a little bit happier now, and life sucks, you lose interest in it, and it actually come back for me. So, you know, I'm just trying to figure out where I left off at. Didn't have the fuel pump on. ain't heard that running in a long time. That belt squealing on there. I got a 1-wire alternator on here, and I've been cranking with it and just trying to, you know, get the cogs turning again. I had to monkey around with the carburetor a little bit, just kind of get it to where it would breathe right. It's kind of cold today, and it ain't got a choke on it or anything, so, you know, I'm just trying to get back in the mindset again. So I was like, let me mess with my air fuel, little idle air screws on the side, and open it up, let a little more air suck in there too. So it is kind of idling a little fast, but that's the first time I've heard this thing run in a long time. Make sure nothing's on fire around it. And it just really gets my heart racing to hear this thing running again. But yeah, there's my exhaust right there. I got some little short cherry bombs and turn downs just blowing out to the side. It's got some headers that have been crushed before, and headers for a Cleveland motor and a foxbody were super expensive, and I wasn't sure which ones were the right ones to fit, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I just kind of band-aided those together. And you see where somebody put like a 1x2 piece of steel under here for like a little homemade subframe brakes. And it's got these old school square tube lower control arms on the rear end. And I remember when my dad brought this car home, it had 305s on it, a dry rotted set of BFG 305s, and I put these on it and did a lot of burnouts with them, and they're starting to show cords in them. But this car still has drum brakes on the back, and I think I already said it's a 4-lug axle and a 9-inch rear end, and I just always thought that was weird. It says Ford somewhere on them. It's got Ford embossed in them, and they're 31 spline, and I've had it apart and put I had another 9-inch housing, and I rebuilt the chunk for it, and I put like a 411 gear in it with a spool. So I've had it apart and everything. It had like a 355 in it, and I don't remember what it run though at a drag strip. It was like an 8 something, mid 8 something, and you know, that's with, you know, me not being experienced at driving, me tuning the car myself and just trying to experiment and learn stuff. My dad kind of just let me have at it and let me do whatever, you know. So a lot of trial and error pretty much on my own. Everybody in the neighborhood always hated this car. My aunt lives down the road. She loathes this car's existence, and my mom hated it too, so I guess that's pretty cool. Just a hacked up car, you know. I don't know. I'm not a professional or anything. F Joe Biden. Don't fuss at me in the comments or anything, but I had to hook up 12 volts over here, and I didn't have 12 volts on my old coil over here on the other side. Coil. Anyways, I didn't have that switch hooked up anymore, so that's why I wasn't wanting to fire. And come over here, and I hot wired it to my solenoid. I like this little test light too. Probably will, you know, it's got a little voltmeter on it. That's my main battery coming all the way up here. It's in the back. So, you know. I like that 5.0 Tuscan guy that was on YouTube. I haven't seen any of his stuff in a long time. Hope he's doing well. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. Yeah, it's kind of like a trip down memory lane. On a radiator, it's leaking. It chafed a little bit on that tank. That sucks. But I remember like trying to learn how to do tubing flares and everything on here, and trying to do my own tubing. I know it looks ugly, but you know, I never really messed with any of that stuff. You know, it's just, I used to have so much fun reading books on stuff. I'd get like this car tech books. I'd watch other videos on YouTube and just try to learn stuff. I'd go to my dad and ask questions about stuff, and he'd teach me everything. You know, it's just, man, I used to love messing with this stuff so much, and it's nice to have this feeling all just kind of coming back to me again, trying to remember stuff and get back into this. Yeah, look at this hood right here. Oh, weight reduction. I gotta get this car away from this trash pile too so I can burn it. But yeah, that's a fiberglass hood. That's a stink bug. Got a 1-wire alternator down here. It's got this big underdrive pulley for the water pump, I guess. Looks like one. No, that's a little plastic tank that I found somewhere just for a overflow thing. I did put antifreeze in it so it wouldn't freeze during the winter time. I think my dad bought this car for $2,500 or something like that, $2,000, and he tried selling it, and everybody's just trying to barter with him. They was just trying to like, hey, I got a Winchester Model 70, or you know, I got an old 870 and $500. Would you take that? And he was just like, nah. He got annoyed with people trying to trade and barter with him. Yeah, you want a 4-wheeler? No, he's already got one. And so he ended up taking the listing down. And the motor, it had low oil pressure in it. So we ended up just doing like a backyard rebuild. It's got 2-barrel 351 Cleveland heads. I don't remember the cam. He don't remember the cam. I don't know if there's a cam card anywhere. But he pretty much put it all back together how he found it. Just new stuff in it, new oil pump, bearings. And the inside of the motor looked pretty good, but the camshaft that was in it, the lobes had wiped off in it. And, you know, it ran pretty bad, but, you know, that was pretty cool to actually see that. So this car really has taught me a lot. So I need to fix this thing back up and get it going as well. But it's going to have to hold off so I can build me a shop over here. I've been saying for the longest time since I got out of high school, build me a shop so I can work on all my stuff. I'm not getting rained on. I like to keep my Nova out of the weather and just have a place where I can like have more room, because I can't even get to my toolbox. I've been buying tools, cheap tools at pawn shops, yard sales, estate sale. And I can't even get to any of my tools, like half the tools I got anymore. So I need more room for my stuff. Probably stupid for me to be revving it up like that. I know, man, I hate that I let this thing set up like this. I regret that. I felt like crap every time I'd see it. I'm like, man, I used to love this thing so much. And that's next. But that distributor, those little counterweights in it, they try sticking in. I know what it is. It's advancing too much. And I need to go look, see, because I I was trying to experiment and just play with springs, and it being an idiot, not knowing what I'm doing, and it needs to advance faster. And you know, I took that out and I put that Unilite Mallory, it's old Unilite Mallory distributor in it with that MSD box in. I had it where it was, man, that thing was nice. It was crisp, and you know, that's why I was learning. You know, it's more about the right time and not the wrong time. And I don't even remember what the time is set at it or anything. But I learned a lot with this whole Mustang right here, and I'm really grateful for it. I need to clean it up and actually get it right again. I kind of like making YouTube videos, and you know, people actually comment and talking about, you know, what they drive and what they got. I don't really know too many people that, you know, I got a few friends that are in the cars and stuff, but it's cool actually getting to talk to people. What's your first project car? What was it like? You know, was it something cool? I like everything. I got a Chevy Nova as well with a big block in it that I got from an estate sale. I actually have a video. You can go check it out where I got it running again. I got an old Dodge truck with a 12 valve Cummins. You know, so I like a little bit of everything. I'm kind of biased on my Fords though, you know. And it needs a little tuning and some TLC, but it'll be good again. I need to get some transmission fluid. I checked the dipstick. I put it in reverse and drive, and it's kind of slipping a little bit. It's low on transmission fluid, and I ain't got any more. So, and tomorrow's New Year's Day, so I don't know if any parts stores will be open. I don't know. Happy New Year.